If I fail, it's on me.
Shout out my mucus. Hey, cause you know that be my slime. I swear that girl she a 10. Yeah, keep her around. I swear that girl she a gem.
Hey gems, and welcome back to Mae Chronicles. We are headed to Denver to do CQ. CQ is continuing qualification, and I'm not gonna say I'm nervous because basically it's like training, but I'm kind of worried because it's training, but it's everything in one day. So that's like a lot. But I wasn't nervous during training. I know a lot of people were. I was not. I was like, okay. Like,
whatever they're doing, for sure. Seriously? One up the power.
This is my first time leaving the house this freaking late. It is currently 8:49 p.m. and I'm headed to Denver. I was supposed to leave home around like 1:15, and I had positive space because it was a deadhead, but I chose not to take that because I had other things to do before heading to Denver. I'm still going to have my minimum rest. I just got a non-rev this time, so I'm not gonna say let's hope, but I'm going to make this flight. Let's see. Last time I checked, it was like 40 seats available, and I was like number 10 on standby. I didn't even want to waste my time on the one that's leaving right now. Well, it's leaving in like 20 minutes. So it's only one seat left, and I'm number 13. Originally, last time I looked, it was like 10 seats left, and I was number 18. So I just knew that I wasn't going to make that one, so I didn't even try. My goal is to make the next flight. That's really the last flight out, so I really shouldn't have done that, but the flights look good. I'm going to check one more time just to make sure, but last time I checked, the next flight looked good. But if 12 people ahead of me don't make it, they will have higher seniority than me on the next flight, so I will still be going against them. But if they got seats for all of us, that's great. So I don't even have to deal with the competition. Because if it's competition, they go beat me every time, period. So I'm checking now to see if there's enough seats available. I'm trying to not say the magic words that I always say, because every time I say it, it always goes wrong. So I'm not going to say it. Let's just hope and see what it says. I should have brought like a blanket, but I already have too much stuff, and I'm only going to be there for like 2 nights, and that's if I even stay tomorrow night, which I probably won't. Knowing me, I'm going to try to get back home same day, right after CQ is over. Y'all haven't commuted in so long, so I'm just like hoping that I make it. Okay, it's 48 seats available. So I should make this flight. We'll see. Anyways, see you guys in a little bit.
Did you just drop Vivian? Come in, Vivian. Go ahead.
I guess I'm just wait, because if this was during a day, this would be
Did you drop
Hey y'all, so it is 12:15. I finally got to Denver. Unfortunately, the shuttle doesn't run after 11:30, so 45 minutes later I have to use a Lyft. I really don't want to because it's late. It's 12:15 a.m. by the way, and I don't want to use that because it's so late for safety reasons, but I gotta do what I gotta do. Basically, I'm dreading that for safety reasons. I'm gonna call my mom. It's 2:15 there, so like I don't want to call to wake her up, but at the same time, I'm not getting no Lyft without talking to my mom, so not gonna happen. But anyways, I think I gotta, I don't remember the airport that much. I just remember we missed our first flight because the gate agent didn't know how to ask for help. to tag our bags for standby. But yeah, it looks like I gotta take the train down there. Alright, y'all, so this is the hotel room. I've literally stayed in one of these before. This is called the Wingate by Wyndham. I'm hoping that I'm saying that right, because I'm probably not, to be honest. I'm not even all the way up right now. The turbulence was like immaculate. If you know me, you know I love me a little bit of turbulence. I like the shower. I literally have stayed in the same exact hotel, but in a different city, because it looks just like this. Y'all know how, why is it so hard to open this? Y'all know how I feel about the barn doors, but preferably ones that open a little bit easier. But that's really cute. This is the room. I've already did my checks and balances, so I checked to make sure there were no bed bugs. So I had to, that's why it's not made up anymore. But this is how it looks. This is me. Okay, y'all, let me just tell y'all what I just went through. And I ain't go through nothing major. It's just the fact that it happened. When I landed, I checked Uber and Lyft. I've been using Lyft a lot lately because when I go places, I've noticed that Lyft is way, like, it's less than Uber. Plus, like, I can add on to my Delta Sky miles. Like, every dollar you spend, you get a point, or every dollar you spend, you get double the points or something like that. So I've been using Lyft because I'm like, yay, I like that. It's like a win-win. But what I don't like is the fact that when I first landed, Lyft was $22. And I didn't want to order it because what I noticed is Lyft says they'll be here in 5 minutes. They'll be here in 2 minutes, and they're only going to give you 5 minutes to get there. I haven't been to Denver since earlier this year for my mom's birthday, so I absolutely do not remember the, I was going to say the hotel. I don't remember the airport. I only remembered it once I actually got inside of the terminal. So I didn't want to book it and then not be able to get to the Lyft in time, and then they were going to cancel on me, and then I was going to still have to pay that. So I waited, trying to be, you know, smart and things like that, but it bit me. Basically, once I got like maybe less than 5 minutes walking distance, like I got on a train to actually go to where I was going. By the way, I missed the first train because it was like super full. I wasn't able to fit in. They literally, it looks like people miss it all the time, because once I got on that second train that took 5 minutes to come, literally 5 minutes, it said 5 minutes, I'm not joking. So after I missed the first one, I had to wait 5 minutes until the next one. Luckily, I was like one of the first people to miss that first one, so I was one of the first people to get on the next one. But those people who walked up last to get on the one that I was getting on didn't make it. So they were me for that next, I was going to say the next flight, but they were me for the next train ride. But y'all, by the time I got there, the Ubers were, no, because when I first landed, Uber was like $54 or $55. So I was like, absolutely not, I'm going to use Lyft. I get back on Lyft. Lyft is $74 freaking dollars. Like, what is going on? What in the freak is going on? So I was just like, dang, like I had missed the shuttle time by like 45 minutes. But I feel like we should always have 24-hour shuttle as flight attendants and crew regardless, because we can get in at any time. You know what I'm saying? But I guess this is not the hotel like that the crew, whoever lands here, like the airlines that do fly into here, but we fly into here, so I don't know. Maybe this is not the hotel they always use, but it's cute, so I like it. I wouldn't mind staying here on my layovers, but they would have to do something about that shuttle. I think that they probably do go get those people, because you ain't charging the crew. Nah, that's happened to me before. I never even told you guys about my IOE experience. I think I should tell you guys about that IOE experience, honestly, because that, if I didn't know what a flight attendant was, you know, they just pushed me in the water and said, you better swim. That's how I feel about my IOE. So by the time I got closer, the price of Lyft was like $70-something, and then the Uber was like probably like 40-something. So I'm like, I still don't want to ride an Uber because I want these points, but I don't want to get like 100, well, these not points, the miles. I don't need 140 miles because 140 miles won't even get me to Alabama. It won't even get me to Memphis. Probably won't even get me to Savannah. So I'm not paying $70, period. But anyways, I checked it again. Lyft ended up being about $54, and Uber was, I think I paid $35. Yeah, it was $35. Originally it was $34, but by the time I clicked accept fare, it went up. So then I had to accept fare again, which is crazy. But it was only $1. But still, don't play with me and my dollar. My dollar was probably going to be spent somewhere else. So tone it down. I feel like I have too much energy right now. But that nap, I got to tell y'all about it. But yeah, so then once I finally figured out which one I was going to take, I did the Uber for $35. And then I called my mom because I'm like, you know, I do not feel safe in Lyfts and Ubers by myself. And then if I do ride in one, I have to stay on the phone with someone. I have to send my location, even though my mom, like all my close people have my location, but I literally will send it to them through the app again. And then, like I showed y'all, I had the maps going myself, so they better not get off the track. I had the safety thing open, so like if anything happens, I can press that. And I was on the phone with my mom. So yeah, the entire time I still feel nervous because it's like, we do not like doing it at all. I could never be a solo traveler, honestly. People who do it, I'm like, that looks so cool. I can go places by myself, enjoy my own company. That is a no problem for me. I can do that. But the whole fact of actually traveling by myself and being solo dolo, not going to happen. Once I'm there, if I want to, I don't even think I would venture off just because of safety reasons. I love my personal space. I enjoy my alone time. But when it comes to being in new places, I just cannot, because you just never know. You can never be too safe. So me personally, I will not. Anyways, I feel like I went on a whole spill. Let's talk about this turbulence real quick. The turbulence had me sleeping like a baby. It's something about the airports that are surrounded by mountains that the flight is just, to me, it's top tier. But like, I know other people, I'm halfway asleep, people are like, ooh, oh, like all that extra stuff. Like the captain told the flight attendants to stay seated, and I'm just like I'm sleeping really good right now. When they turned the lights on, I was so sad. I'm like, oh my god, the flight finna be over. I felt like I was really being rocked. And I know that's crazy, but like, I just really kind of like turbulence. Now, turbulence going in or out of Vegas is a different breed, but other places, I like it. But yeah, y'all, I have CQ tomorrow. I've never been a CQ because obviously I've only been a flight attendant for a year. So I will be, I don't know if I could take you guys with me, but technically I am going to take you guys with me. I was going to try to catch a flight tomorrow, but what I think I'm going to do is I'm going to go eat somewhere nearby the hotel, and then I'll just take the flight that they have scheduled for me, because obviously their shuttle doesn't run at the 11:30. The flight I was going to take takes off at 1 a.m. and I get back at 6 a.m. and I just don't feel like it's worth it to, you know, not have no rest in between, for real. So I'm probably just going to stay here tonight and tomorrow and just, you know, enjoy. Like, I know I said that I don't do the solo, but like, I can walk across the street by myself. That's no issue. But I would still call my mama, and I'm still gonna make sure she checking my location the whole time, period. But anyways, y'all, CQ is tomorrow. I have not did an ounce of studying. I have not even looked at the freaking study guide that they sent us like 2 or 3 months ago. So if I fail, it's on me, but I'm not going to fail. I'm going to try to study in the morning. But honestly, during training, I did the same thing. Like, I never would really study. I would look at it and then not hope for the best, but I would look at it enough to know what I needed to know. I knew the material. That's all that mattered. You see the material. You see it. I charge my camera and recharge myself, so I need a nap. Even though I had like a 2.5 hour nap, minus when they turn the lights on to do their safety checks, which I understand. But I need a real nap in a bed. So I will see you guys tomorrow. Well, later today, basically. It's 1 a.m. Good morning, gems. Today is Saturday, October 8th. The time is now 8:05 a.m. So 10 a.m. in Atlanta time. But you guys, I'm about to go get some breakfast. I'm not going to take the camera down. I feel like it's doing too much to take the camera plus the bonnet, because I am definitely not taking my bonnet off yet. I'm going to try to study for like the little time I have, which is like 2 hours, because I just do not study very well. So I'm going to use this time to do what I need to do, and let's hope for the best. From what I heard, it's not that hard, but you know, I don't know. We'll just have to see. This is my first time and I don't know what to expect, so I think that's why. So yeah, I think the reason that I'm kind of like, I don't think I'm nervous, because I don't feel nervous, but I'm like very much under prepared or unprepared, underprepared, not prepared. I'm not prepared at all. I'm unprepared. That's the name to the game. So I'm about to go get some breakfast, and then I'm going to get over prepared at this point. Whatever I can do in 2 hours. I'm going to show you guys this view, which is not much of anything, but it's something. Oh, that's where we're going to be at, right there. Light safety. Wow, really across the street. All right, y'all, it is time to eat and study. Got my apple juice. I put it with a coffee topper because I hate having to just hold it and it spill. I also got a bagel. I don't think I'm going to eat this right now, but cream cheese as well. I just realized you can see the city from over here. All right, y'all. I didn't want to button this one up because I feel like that would be too much, but this is what I'm wearing. Business casual. Hair popping. Now let's go past this CQ. I did not study, y'all. Like, I don't know what it is, but I just cannot study for nothing. So we just go. So guess who has 30 more minutes to study? Me. Period. So I signed up for the 10:15 shuttle. I didn't realize that they had an actual time block for 10:45, which is our shuttle to the flight safety center or whatever it's called. So yeah, I have 30 more minutes. I'm about to study. I feel like really I haven't studied, but I don't know what it is about studying that I just can't. I hope it just comes back to me, like once I walk in the door, I know everything. Probably not going to happen like that, but we're gonna see. We're gonna see. I'm gonna do as much studying as I can, which is just basically not even studying. It's just watching the videos over, and hopefully it's like, oh yeah, I remember all of this stuff. Let's get into these notes. All right, one last video. This is the final look. I don't really like tucking my shirt in, but I know they expect our shirts to be tucked in, so it is what it is. I should have brought a blazer, but hopefully it's not cold inside. You guys, I passed my freaking CQ, period. I kind of want to try to make this flight to Atlanta, but I won't get home until midnight. I kind of want to tell you guys what happened, but I really don't have that much time. I went to take a shower too. I don't think I have time for that either. Okay, so the doors close in 30 minutes. I'm probably not going to make that. I don't even know if I want to waste my time doing that. Let's see. I could though. The doors close at exactly 5:31. Should I try that? That's in 30 minutes. Okay, let me just give y'all a little spill about CQ real quick. So, AM started at 6:45. We started at 11. AM didn't finish until 4:45. We finished, well, I really finished at 4, but one thing happened. The doors somehow broke, and since it broke, it basically caused, like, the last thing that I was doing for my ERJ, opening the door during an emergency, I wasn't able to do the last part. Basically, the person that was like judging us to make sure we got it right. Somehow, when she was trying to lock it, she locked it too early, so it broke. But they said that it breaks like often. So that's neither here nor there. So yeah, so while I was doing that, I'm trying to list for this flight. It takes off in 40 minutes. And I have not left yet. I'm probably going to just Uber because it doesn't look like I'll make it if I wait on the shuttle. So it took an extra 45 minutes just waiting on someone to fix the door because they were going to call the mechanics. Actually, I'm just going to tell you guys this story later. I'm about to try to get to the airport. We'll be back. So I didn't make my flight by 2 freaking minutes. And the reason being is because KCM took, like, they didn't tell me that I needed to take my iPad and my laptop out. I know, like, if I go through the regular TSA line, but I didn't know that we had to do that for KCM because I've never done that before. In Atlanta, Detroit, LA, or anywhere else I've been in the KCM line, I didn't have to take all of the extra stuff out. But since I did, I missed my flight by 2 minutes. I'm going to make the best of the situation, though. But I'm so upset. Like, I wanted to cry. I was so freaking upset. And I still ran to my gate. Didn't make it. But they took out all of my electronics. They did not say that I needed to. And I assumed that I didn't need to since I've never had to. Yeah, very unfortunate. And I still had time, like, even if I did go through additional screening, but it took her 15 minutes. No, probably like 10 minutes. It took her 10 minutes to go through all of my bags. I timed it. It was literally like 10 minutes. And it took me more than 5 minutes. Even though I was running, it took me more than 5 minutes to get to my gate. So I just wish the screening didn't take that long. Then I would have been on my flight. But try again tomorrow. Oh, I think they finna take off. Yes, they do. I don't know. All right. Hey, Gems. Welcome back. The time is now 4:45. I scheduled a van time of 5 a.m. I want to get to the airport a little bit early. So I'm non-revving on the 6 a.m. flight, but I have a confirmed flight for 7 a.m. I don't know why they didn't just confirm me on the 6 a.m., but they scheduled me for the 7 a.m. flight. I mean, probably to give me more rest, but I didn't need it. I want to go home, period. But let me just finish telling y'all about yesterday. And honestly, I'm not upset because I feel like everything works out how it's supposed to, but I was upset about that $30 that I paid to get to the airport and then make that flight. And I had first class, like a first class seat, so that is like the only kicker for me. So basically I made it to the gate 2 minutes after gate closure, well, door closure. So it was like at that point couldn't even expect to make it. For the most part, airlines close their doors 10 minutes prior to the departure of the aircraft, so that they can still have time to do the rest of their safety demos, making sure that everything is compliant for takeoff. So when I get there, like, it wasn't an issue about getting there. Like, I had my Lyft driver drive like super fast, so I still got there in a good amount of time. But what happened was, this is what freaking happened. So I didn't go through KCM. I thought I went through KCM. I didn't go through KCM. I went through regular TSA, and I guess because they're like doing a lot of building and construction in the Denver airport, I don't know, like, I asked 3 people, and usually, like, they know. I asked 2 gate agents. I won't name the companies that the gate agents are for and that they work for, and I asked someone who was like security. So I'm just like, how do none of y'all know where TSA is? That is so weird to me. But basically I'm going to just get there early today so that I can find it myself. I don't really have time to deal with them. When I searched KCM online, and it told me where it was at, but it didn't give me a good description. It just said one is in south, one is in north. That airport is way bigger than what south and north is, so I couldn't find it. And I'm very good with directions, so yeah, that says a lot. Anyways, back to how everything happened anyways. So there were 2 classes, and I don't remember if I told you guys, I wanted that 6:45 a.m. class because they were technically supposed to finish at 3:45. But I'm glad that I forgot to bid, and well, I would have never bid on a Saturday anyways, but I'm glad that I forgot to bid because my class, it only took us 5 hours to complete everything. And well, a little bit longer than 5 hours, only because the instructor accidentally moved something too fast, and it caused the one of our doors that we had to perform our evacuations and door procedures on, it ended up like being off balance. So we had to wait till someone came to fix it, and maintenance wasn't scheduled to work on Saturdays. So they were like, yeah, you guys are probably going to have to come back on Sunday. We're going to have to call emergency maintenance. And I'm like, oh my freaking God. I had 1 door left. So I waited 40 minutes, and luckily someone was able to like fix it temporarily. And I was able to do my last door procedure. So instead of finishing at 4:05, I was able to finish at 4:45 p.m. I got back to the hotel around 5 p.m. and got to the airport no later than like 5:10 p.m. And so I was on a shuttle on the way to the airport, and I should have just been like all the other flight attendants, brought my suitcase with me, took everything with me, headed straight to the airport, because I would have probably made my flight. Even if the TSA lady held me up for extra random 10 minutes that it doesn't normally take, I would have still made that flight. But it took her so long. I felt like it was unnecessary because I was the only person in line. Like, I went to the TSA that was above. Like, it's like when you walk in, it's TSA, like, I guess about, I don't know how to explain it, on the lower level, and then it's TSA on the upper level. So I was on the upper level, and I was the only person in line. That's why I thought it was KCM, but come to find out it wasn't KCM. So I kid you not, it took her probably 12 minutes to go through all my stuff. She didn't say take your camera out. She didn't say well, it was 3 people there, mind you, but she was standing right there when I first got up there, and then she was also the person that went through my bag. But they all just standing over there. It was, let me not say, it was like 8 people total, but it was 3 people on one side of the conveyor belt, 3 people on the other, and then it was 2 people that were like, making sure that you can go through the metal detector. And I kid you not, they move so freaking slow. Atlanta would never. Atlanta could have 50 people in the line, and I still would have got through faster. That's just me being honest. So if you're ever in Denver, I kid you not, Denver even made us miss a flight because they didn't know how to check our bags in as a standby passenger. And instead of just asking, they waited until the 45 minutes was up, and till it was 45 minutes prior to departure, and we had seats for that flight too. But that was a while ago. I'm not gonna harp on it. Anyways, I'm just happy that I get to go home today. I ended up leaving the airport, coming back to the hotel. I ate with my crew, but it was really just the flight attendants that were in my class. I'm so grateful for them. 4 of the ladies are 16-year flight attendants. 1 is a 10-year flight attendant, and me and 1 other girl, it was our first full year as a flight attendant, so that was our first CQ. Theirs was 10 and 16 time doing CQ. So it was very interesting. I am super glad that is done, that is past me. It was not as bad as I thought it was. You just got to know your stuff. But that's what I was saying. So the 6:45 class, I was on a shuttle with them coming back to the airport, coming back to the hotel, trying to go to the airport. And they didn't finish. They still wasn't finished. And it was 4:45 when I left flight safety building. So they went over their time, and they took 10 hours, and they still got to go back tomorrow. I feel so bad for them. Oh, and I didn't say this. So somehow the door broke again, and my 2 of my flight attendants that I was working with, unfortunately, they have to go back today around, I guess, 6:45, but I think they should take them first because it's not their fault. They didn't fail anything. That's one thing I can say about my class. Whoop, whoop. None of us failed anything. That's good. So we're all still flight attendants. We're all up to date. None of us will have to go through extra training or anything like that. So that's good. Anyways, I'm about to head to the airport. I will see you guys later.